Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know that liberals are losing their mind. They're saying Donald Trump is a disgusting fascist. They're saying he is Hitler. Elon Musk, I mean, he did the salute, so he must be Hitler. They're saying Tesla is Nazi. They're going out, they're protesting. So this is just going to be kind of a culture video of me reacting to some of this stuff. And we do have the face of the modern left right here. This is a good example. The face of the modern left. Do not obey in advance. Cool guides. This is a subreddit. A cool guide to 20 rules of fighting fascism with stickers and postcards. So you've got that. But we're going to go through some of this stuff. You've got Rosie O'Donnell. Trump and Elon might have. Okay, so yeah, this is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. It's like, you wonder what Rosie would do if she got any pushback on something like this. And this woman doesn't matter, but Trump and Elon might have rigged the 2024 election. Just look at how huge Kamala rallies were. And of course, they had to use performers and entertainers to get people to go to the Kamala rallies. There were several occasions to where the people that went to the Kamala rallies were like, this is terrible. Where's the actual entertainment? They didn't go there to see Kamala because Kamala didn't win anything. She didn't win a primary. When Kamala became the choice, she had a -20 approval rating. She was one of the most unpopular vice presidents in history. She was the most unpopular one since we'd been tracking VP approval, which is sporadic. It tends to not be as accurate, but she's like -20. The next close is like -15. But so that's just ridiculous in and of itself. But the overall bigger point here is, and this is what liberals will say as a cope, well, Elon Musk, who owns X, he paid Donald Trump $250 million. He financed his election. He has all of this influence. I mean, but you would think these people, if they had any ounce of understanding on politics and the money situation between the Democrats and Republicans, guys, in 2024, the Democrats outspent the Republicans with Elon Musk. Yes, the Republicans with Elon Musk were outspent in 2024. They were outspent in 2022. They were outspent in 2020. They were outspent in 2018. They were outspent in 2016. It's every election cycle, midterm or presidential, the Democrats are spending 2, 3, 4, 5 times more money than Republicans. And it's also very funny considering they're talking about, well, Elon Musk owns X. Well, what about Mark Zuckerberg, who gave $150 more million? That's $400 million. Musk gave $250 million. Zuckerberg gave $400 million. And he controlled Facebook with Meta. And they silenced, and this was a whole collusion, the major October surprise story. They cooked up some fake stuff saying, oh, this isn't real. Of course it was real. The laptop story, that was the one big October surprise in 2020. And so the idea that you would compare Elon Musk, which October surprise did Elon Musk silence? So the liberals just manipulated the election through big tech in 2020, and they have the self-awareness of a snail to try and say, well, no, the whataboutism now is that Musk won or Musk stole the election for Trump. We can't prove it. Yes, Zuckerberg spent more than in 2020 than Musk did in 2024. Yes, liberals spent more overall in the past like 7 elections. We all admit that, but somehow we can't prove with any actual verifiable facts. But Musk spent $250 million. Well, do you really want to get into the numbers? Because if you're just talking about numbers, if you're citing $250 million, the Democrats spent more than Republicans in terms of financing Kamala versus Trump in terms of their campaigns. So wouldn't the Democrats be cheating if they gave more money than Republicans did for ads and for, I mean, they would have to pay people to go to the rallies. Remember, they had to block it off, and there were several instances of where it was reported that they had to pay people and they had to bring people in from other states. It got tracked with GPS on the phone. It's like they'll have a rally and there'll be a rally in Pennsylvania. There'll be like all these white liberal people coming in, flooding the state from Connecticut. They've got like all these buses waiting. It's like a school line. You know when you get picked up at a school bus and you got to go outside. There's all these school buses when you're younger, and they would have these buses there, and they're like, no, these are just normal tour buses. There's like $50 in line. They're going to pick them up. These people are going to go back to Connecticut. The liberal suburban hubs of Connecticut. They ship them in and bus them into the swing states, and that's what they were doing. And then she talks about rallies and stuff like that. And obviously Trump had. It doesn't even matter anymore, but we know that Trump had much bigger rallies, but it's just like, it's such a stupid point. The idea that Elon Musk rigged the election or something, when in reality, Democrats always spend more than Republicans. Mark Zuckerberg by himself had a much bigger impact in 2020 than Musk could have in 2024, considering he aided in the censorship of the only major October surprise that could have changed the election in 2020. So see, when you are this politically ignorant, you don't know what you're talking about, and you just say, big money, Elon Musk, bad, Nazi, Tesla, Nazi salute, he did a salute, Nazi, salute, Nazi. That's basically that's what I feel like when you talk to these people. It's just like, the salute, Nazi, Tesla bad, EVs bad, pollute the environment. And that's what it is right now, pollute the environment. Tesla, an American company, a huge success story when it comes to the green initiative with the electric vehicle, but it doesn't matter. None of their beliefs have any value when the individual goes against them. Because like, we have this moral standing. Climate change is real. It's terrible. We need to use EVs. Gas cars are horrible. But now the big bad guy is a Republican. So now we hate EVs. So see how they don't have any actual moral standing. It's dependent on politics. That's the only thing. It's a very rabid way of thinking. You've got Zelensky. This is a little bit different from the culture stuff, but Zelensky demanding that Ukraine join NATO, stating that if the country is not accepted, Europe will be forced to continue financing, supporting Ukraine indefinitely. This is all posturing, folks. It's meaningless. It's not going to happen. How about this Bernie Sanders coming out saying, yeah, we need to secure the border. Remember the Democrats back in the cesspool that was the 2020 primaries with all the debates, and they raised their hands if you would support illegal immigrants and you would pay for them to live in the United States. These people have had to shift their opinions, not because it's what they actually think, but because the country has shifted more to the right on immigration. We've proved this with polling going back to 2016 versus where we are in 2025, with the country saying, remember, they do the polls. Do you want to deport all illegals? In 2016, it was like 35% said yes. Now it's like 57% say it was like 60%. All of them need to go. Just deport all of them. Because in 2015, 2016, it's like, no, you're evil. Some of them can stay if they're working. But now America's like, no, they all got to go. So now Bernie Sanders and they all do this thing. Oh, we actually do need to secure the border. And so they changed their opinions on immigration. Remember, they did it. Trump had a relatively stable immigration plan and all of the executive orders he put into place in 2017. To be honest, though, the illegal immigration was going up right before Trump left office. But that was mainly Trump's lame duck period, and that was the whole thing with January 6th. So there wasn't a big focus on the border. But when Biden came in, he got rid of all of Trump's policies that clamped down on illegal immigration. They did it on purpose. They said, no, this is terrible. You're treating people horrible. They should be able to come into the country. He cited that Trump was too hard on illegal immigrants. And so they flood the country with illegals. They set up these things. I talked about it yesterday where they've got it's like 500,000, and some of the numbers like 800K, 900K, Nicaraguans, people from Haiti. They flood the country. They say, well, you know what? There's all these illegals coming in. We like that because it helps with the electoral votes and the population per state and the representatives. But you know what's even better? If we give these people an even easier pathway to citizenship. So we flood the country using this program. And they fly them in. Most of them, they go to the Republican states. They're all in swing states. They strategically do it to try and turn the state and make it. That's what Musk was saying. Try and make the state, you take a state like Minnesota or Michigan or, Ohio, I guess Ohio's not a swing state, like a Pennsylvania, you flood it with 300K people, maybe 100K vote, and they vote Democrat 75-25, and that's another advantage in terms of total votes. So that was their plan, but now they're all coming out, they're saying, no, we don't want illegal immigration. This is very trackable when you look at the Biden administration. They flood the country with illegals. They came out in 2023 and said, yes, we admit there's around 5 million. Trump said it was a low number. A lot of the experts say that was a low number. They didn't mention it after they said, well, it's around 5 million, we'll admit. And then they didn't talk about it. And they said, now we're going to clamp down on it. The only reason they were trying to clamp down on it in 2023, and that's when that bill came out. Remember that the border bill that included around, the total funding was around $74 billion to Ukraine and Israel. That's what it was. It was $60 billion to Ukraine, and that was the border bill. And the border bill said, we're not going to deport anyone that's already in the country illegally. That's their big border bill. They were never going to deport anyone. It's a total joke. But now they're coming out and they're saying, well, really, because the American public doesn't like illegal immigrants anymore, and they're not, well, I don't think the American public ever really liked illegal immigrants, but now they're a lot less accepting of illegals, pretty much no matter whatever the story is. They're saying that Yeah, we don't want illegals in the country anymore, and this is the whole sob story, and this is the new grift, and you see Gavin Newsom saying, well, here's the thing, Gavin Newsom is a lot smarter than Tim Walz. Not saying much. But I mean, Walz is like the prototypical boomer, weirdo old guy that's trying to be this hip liberal, but he's acting like it's 2014, 2015, and he's like, hey, I'm goofy, I hate Tesla. But it's like so bad, because if you watched Walz and Newsom's interview together, Walz, he just doesn't understand any. Like, you got Newsom who's like, okay, maybe we're not very, maybe we need to do this, and Walz is like, I'll beat them all up. So there's no actually admitting it. But now the new Democratic grift is saying, our party is bad, we need to do something, we need to stick up for the middle class. And that's the new thing, and that's what Newsom is doing. But Walz is so just gone. Like this is a boomer that is living in 2014, 2015 with the statements that he's making. Like, you want to talk about a total waste of money, him running in 2028. You better off donating that. Just please donate that. He will be on the debate stage one time. He'll get 2% in the Iowa caucus and he'll drop out. And it'll be such a waste of money. And everybody knows it. But you know what? Maybe it'll be entertaining, so maybe we should hope for it to happen. You've got this situation here. This is just people saying they want Tesla to go down. This is, I mean, these people are paid for, though. This is... Like that, and that's what also is coming out to where a lot of these people. This is a Saturday afternoon. Ban Elon Musk from our government. Doge is stealing. How is Doge stealing? What did Doge steal exactly? I mean, isn't Doge is just cutting things? Name one thing they've stolen. And then the whole conspiracy with Elon Musk is enriching himself. You know, if Elon Musk wasn't involved with politics and being divisive, ask any CEO imaginable. You don't want to be involved in politics. Musk knows he's sacrificing his net worth, and this is exactly why. Because if you go on one side, the other side's not going to like you. If Musk was just this independent person and maybe even a little bit more liberal, his net worth would likely be a lot higher than it is now. His net worth went down about $150, $160 billion because of these Tesla boycotts. Now, I think it's going to go back up, obviously. But this is not a thing to where, you know, liberals approached this situation like, well, Musk is just going to sign all of these government contracts for his companies, and it's going to be this easy thing, and it's going to be collusion. But what about Musk losing like $150 billion by being part of this because he alienates half of his consumer base? Do you have anything to say about that? So maybe it wasn't just about Musk. And what about, like, name me the government contract? See, the other thing with these people, they say Musk is a Nazi. Well, Musk, I mean, he likes Israel. He supports Israel. He supports Jewish people. How is he a Nazi exactly? Let's see if I can find this. But what is this? Nearly half of California voters are now open to voting for. That's so stupid. Would you consider voting for a Republican candidate? Well, I would hope it'd be like an 80% yes, but it's only 48%. They're going to go with it. Hopefully it's not Kamala Harris for them. But, you know, at a certain point, these liberal states are voting themselves into oblivion with the liberals they're electing. Look at the population loss of California. Look at the population loss of New York. Look at the population loss of Illinois. High taxes, soft on crime, cost of living is terrible. People are going to leave your state. That's why the census in 2030 is going to destroy Democrats electorally. And so you've got that, but this was the other thing. Joy Reid hints that Canada would beat the United States in a war. And of course, it's the normie. But what about 1812 when they burned the White House? Joy, Canada didn't exist. But it just, I don't even think it matters with these people. Yeah, that was the British that did that. But, and of course, even comparing the 1800s and where, again, you can't even say it was Canada. Canada didn't even exist in 1812. It's just these people are so dumb. But it's like, this is what it is. It's rage bait. They want you to get mad. And so they joke about this and say, but it's like, it's so stupid. It's like, you know, the idea of comparing militaries. Oh, but in 1800, that, well, you know what? I wonder how our militaries compare now. But even compare us against the UK now and see where we stack up. But it's, you know, it's rage bait with these things. Oh, Canada would beat the United States because they burned our White House. Oh, wait, they didn't even exist. And I think the United States is a little bit more powerful now than we were in 1812, but it is rage bait. It is what it is. Either way, guys, it is going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.